Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at the new DC Black Label book, Batman Gargoyle of Gotham by Rafael Grampá, written and illustrated by with Mateus Lopez on colors. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is everything you would expect it to be if you're familiar at all with Rafael Grampá's art. So that's what we're looking at today. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. DC Black Label. Super disappointed straight out the gate that they didn't choose to do this one in one of their larger formats. I don't know how they pick and choose, but this definitely, like, if you know the detailed artwork of Rafael Grampá, it deserves a larger format, and I think that was a crucial miss. However, it's not a deal breaker. Book one, I'm not sure how many books. I hope, like, 2 or 3. I mean, at least 2, right? Okay, so Batman Gargoyle of Gotham, Book 1, Rafael Grampá, writer and artist, Mateus Lopez, colorist, John Workman, letterer. One of my favorite letterers, even though clearly it's digital now, it still has that John Workman vibe. Cover A, Rafael Grampá. Variant covers by Jim Lee, Frank Miller, and David Finch. How cool is that? So I've been a fan of Rafael Grampás for a long time now. I feel like I remember when he was just sort of like super popular on Instagram. It's no surprise that, you know, Instagram has definitely been good to certain artists and helped launch certain careers. And he's definitely one of them. I know he was part of the DK3 illustrated, like the Supergirl comic book, I think. I'm not sure, but I need to get a hold of that. Okay, a little annoyed that the writing falls into the spine of the book here, because it makes it like you don't want to like rip your comic book open to read it. But immediately love it, straight out the gate. It is so good. I mean, the level of detail here. There was a black and white and a color version, and I think I got the color version just because that's the only one they had. Maybe they sold out the black and white one. You know I love artist editions and sketchbooks and things like that, so definitely going to get the black and white version. Kind of holding out. Maybe they'll do a collected hardcover with both versions. That would be nice. Larger format if it's not too late, DC. DC Black Label, you know, the high quality regular universe replacement for Vertigo, I guess. You know, it's more adult oriented, more you know, special stories, whatever, even though 90% of the line is Batman. You know, it's hard to get excited about a new Batman comic book unless it's creator driven, like this Rafael Grampá one, and you know, the Mark Silvestri Deadly Duo Batman Joker one. You know, I kind of feel like they're all like trying to do their, you know, like big Batman movie, and I think that, you know, I guess that's something to aspire to be. You know, I feel like I'm kind of bored with Batman, like I said, unless the creator draws me in, and this creator definitely drew me in. It's a different look for Batman. It's definitely the Rafael Grampá aesthetic. That's a great page right there. But it's incorporating some elements that I find cool. Like, one of my beefs with modern comics is I really hate, like, when modern technology, especially social media, is worked into comics. I'm like, we live on social media. Do we need to read about people living on social media in comics? I'm not saying that that's happening here. I'm actually going to compliment the use of technology in this, because, like, it's some upgrades to Batman's armor and his Batmobile and stuff like that. So I thought that that was actually pretty cool. I'm getting, you know, it's funny because as much as I like Rafael Grampá's art, I don't think I've experienced much of his interiors. And I love it. Like, it's so good. His storytelling is amazing. You know, it's like the level of detail. I feel like I'm getting some like Frank Quitely. I'm getting some Jeff Darrow. And of course, Rafael Grampá is so unique unto himself that he deserves credit. It's funny how Batman won't kill, but he'll maim people to like really horrible levels of disfigurement. Another thing I feel like, especially at this stage in the game, like, we've had Joker to death. I love Joker. I mean, of course, how could you not love Joker? But if you can introduce a new and unique villain and make him cool and stick, I mean, that is like a sweet spot right there, right? I know, like, I feel like, you know, that's the problem with the X-Men. We're so beholden to Chris Claremont's flawless 17-year run that we just keep retreading that, you know what I mean? Like just killing Phoenix and bringing her back and all that BS and da-da-da. So it's like, move it forward. Like, do something new. Do something exciting. That's, you know, don't paint yourself into the corner. Look at the design on this. It's so crazy. And we will see, like, my favorite edition is coming up. I'm not going to tell you yet just because it's, it deserves the full visual, the full Monty, if you will. But I love the way he incorporated the spine into the back, especially given the history of, like, you know, Batman having his back broken by Bane. You know, it's very interesting in a way. You know, like Frank Miller drew, like made the chest symbol make sense. You know, he had like a bulletproof vest, and he's like, why do you think I wear a target on my chest? So people shoot him there, I guess. You know, so arguably, I don't know what's going on drawing attention to the back, but it is, the aesthetic is cool AF, and I absolutely love it. So what is that rubber hose animation? Like, I feel like that might be having some sort of a resurgence. I love the reference to it. It's involved in the story. This villain is obsessed with this old cartoon character, and he's trying to recreate his murders or whatever with the violence from the cartoon. Or like, there is something deep going on. We don't know quite exactly what yet, but I can't even wrap my mind around how stunning this page is. Like, the aesthetic is just like truly gorgeous and unique, and like, once again, like, not only do something new within the genre or the mythos or the lore you're working in, like he's got Batman and bringing his own stamp to it, but bring something new to yourself. Like, I feel like this is so fresh and different and exciting, like such a revelation from Rafael Grampá. You know what I mean? He's like one of those artists that continues to surprise and excite you. I love the way he uses this, and I'm so curious if he's working traditionally. I'm gonna have to go to Instagram and see if he has any process videos or whatever, if he's using digital or traditional. I really feel like it could go either way. So, such precision, such beauty, like just beautiful art. Love all this. I mean, you know, it's funny because given, you know, the influences I see, and then within this explosion, I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of Todd McFarlane as well. So, you know, if these are your influences and I'm guessing them correctly, then these are the influences that are good to have. You know, also interesting, I don't know what like his history as a writer is, but I feel like it's really compelling. Like, it's a really interesting, great story. I mean, you can tell he did his homework, he put the work in. The storytelling is so on point. It's really good. If this is the first thing he's ever written, I feel like a lot of writer-artists who write for the first time, sometimes it shows that they're not, like, maybe the best writer, or some of their weaknesses, like amateur things like overwriting and stuff. I thought we were maybe going to get some of this because it's pretty verbose in the beginning, but then I just realized it's actually very compelling and good and deep. And, you know, I feel like we've been retrained for the 5-minute comic book, you know, the comic book that takes 5 minutes or less to read because there's like no captions, very little dialogue, trying to be cinematic, and honestly, anti-comic book, if you ask me. But look at this. I mean, this is just so gorgeous and beautiful, and I love it. And, you know, there's this side plot going on that Bruce, or Batman, is planning to get rid of his Bruce Wayne persona. Spoilers, sorry. And this is the page I've been waiting for, by the way. But, and Alfred is, like, against it. So that's sort of like this running side plot, like trying to solve this murder mystery at the same time as, like, you know, will he retire Bruce Wayne or not and just become Batman full-time? You know, which raises so many interesting questions. What a great shot of the Batcave, right? I love seeing different artists' takes on it and different spins. Look, Bat Chaps, give me a break. I'm like, just exactly what I needed, and I never knew I did. And, like, I didn't think... Like, I'm always hesitant. Like, I love the uniqueness of the bat symbol there. It's very, like, so distinct. And I think that's kind of the good thing about Black Label. It doesn't necessarily exist within continuity. So Rafael Grampá's version of Batman can exist in its own way. And tell me you do not see the Bob Kane all over that. I mean, that is so gorgeous, right? Or arguably whoever else helped, whoever Bob Kane paid to draw it. I don't know. Anyway, no luck. I mean, and I have to actually give credit to the colorist as well. Mateus Lopez brings a lot to the table here, and it looks very nice. Very beautiful, great story. Like, I cannot wait for the next issue. It is so good. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, just a refreshing, exciting, fun Batman story. And it is just getting so good. And just is very exciting. And very cinematic in a lot of ways. Very moody. But also very much using the tools of comic book storytelling to make an amazing comic book. I think it's really, really good. I'm very excited about this book. I love it. Like, certain panels just stand out and are so good. And I mean, how good is that? Batman on a Batmobile on the bridge. It's funny because this is very cinematic in a lot of ways. I mean, it's hard to make a scene like this exciting in a static 2D comic book, but this is exactly why I love comic books right there. That is very cool as well. I mean, you kind of see the Frank Miller in there too with the cape. I just love it. It is so good. So, if there are too many Batman books, there's always room for a Batman book like this, especially by Rafael Grampá. So good, you guys. So much fun. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will bring you more soon.